true.
Oui.
All right now, though. First hit of weather for the morning from Stevie Jacobs. Morning, Stevie. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wendy. Good morning, Carlos. My New Year's resolution, not to be attacked by any more animals this year. So they have started me off day one at a dog training school with a pack of vicious mongrels. And when I say vicious mongrels, I mean cute little puppies. But these things can turn faster than a Beverly Hills housewife, as you know. So happy New Year, and away we go. Let's get into the weather and see what's going on right around the country. Good morning. These have teamed up this morning to give a few classes to kids who may have been given puppies for Christmas over the school holidays. Remember, a puppy is not just for Christmas, a puppy is for life. So we're going to be running a few drills this morning. Lots of smiles and no poops, everyone. Thank you very much.
God, the little brown thing on the left there is quite an unusual looking dog.
Which is,
just that one there. That one there.
It's cutie, isn't it?
You can't say anything bad about puppies, Carl.
What is that thing?
It's had a little bit of frosting done, I think, Carl. It's all the rage.
It's had the Dicky tips done.
Today's weather brought to you by Inner Health Plus.
Have you had your Inner Health Plus today?
Thank you, Wendy. Christmas is the most popular time of year for a new puppy to enter the family, and Positive Puppies are doing regular training courses at this time of year to teach the whole family how to train their new puppy, just like this 13-week-old spoodle with a pretty tough name of Brian. We're going to teach you some of the 5 simple steps for training your puppy right after we head around the country and see what's happening with the weather today. Good morning to you, Queensland, of 37 degrees. Okay, we've got Sue here this morning with Ellen and Coco and also Hannah and Billy, and she is going to be teaching some of the main steps on how to train your puppy. So take it away over there, Sue, and I'll run through it. There are 5 simple steps for helping your kids to train their puppy. Number 1, establish boundaries. If you want to keep them off the couch and the bed, do it early. Start small, keep it simple. Teach sit, come and stay. Socialise with other dogs in the wider world, and keep it positive. Positive reinforcement is the way to go. It is remarkably similar to being in a marriage, Carl and Wendy.
Why are we laughing so heartily?
I don't know. You, get off the couch.
Exactly. Pick up your towel.
Establish boundaries very early on. I like that.
Good on you, Wendy. All right.
Right now, Stevie, come in, save me. Stevie.
Yeah, good morning to you, Wendy. G'day, Carlos. These lovely kids have all been given puppies for Christmas, and of course that involves a lot of training. So we're checking out Positive Puppies training this morning, and we'll show you some of the basics, which is sit and down, and how to teach your kids how to do it right after we take a look at the weather. And there's some warm weather around at the moment through South Australia, and that will push into big storm and Darwin showers, storms, and a top of 30 degrees. We've got a couple of the kids and Barbara from Positive Puppies teaching the kids how to sit and down. She's even teaching the puppies how to do it as well, and they call this puppy push-ups in training school. Now, the best way to teach a puppy how to sit is to put a treat above its nose and raise your hand over its head, and if you've got 4 legs, they'll automatically sit down. Now, to teach them how to down, you put the treat between their paws, and you've just got to keep at this, and eventually the dog will lay down. But it's all about rewarding the positive. The smallest attempt should get a reward, and as soon as they can do it with the reward, then you start to do it without a reward with an open hand. And that's the way to start to teach your beautiful puppies, particularly over this time of year when lots of kids have new little fluffy friends around. Carl and Wendy?
That is a beautiful dog, that little one there. Little Cocker Spaniel, yeah?
Yeah, that's Brian. He's actually a spoodle. I love when they name dogs people's names. Isn't it great?
Yeah, Brian.
Brian!
I reckon Trevor might have suited. Trev?
Sounds like a truck driver, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Brian! Get off the couch, Brian!
Thank you, buddy. Hey, see? Look at this. It's making Timmy. Thank you.
Oh, Stevie Jacobs, time for the latest weather. What's going on?
Yeah, good morning to you, Wendy. It's not only puppies who need to be trained over the school holidays and need to be kept active, but also kids. And here are some great ideas for you to start a little gym set in your own backyard. So you can grab one of these little tubes from IKEA for $10. Good news is, doesn't come flat pack, doesn't take you a couple of days to put together. Maybe you could pick up a few of these orange cones, which cost nothing. Keep the kids amused and the dogs by doing little twirls through there. Or if you've got a few bits of 4x2 hanging around, just whack them on some bricks and you can try to get your dog to go over. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so lucky. But anyway, it will keep the dogs and, more importantly, the kids amused in the backyard for hours on end. And you can pick up all these little tips in the back of Dog's Life magazine this month. All right, let's have a look at the weather. See what's going on at your place today. Is it a nice day to walk the dogs? Maybe. Okay, here are a couple of other things that the kids can do over the summer holidays. Young Bonnie here has been training for about 3 months and she already knows how to sit, roll over, and all it takes is a couple of treats to keep her busy for hours on end. And we've got Ace over here, and this is a really good way to keep dogs entertained with activities, and Ace likes to retrieve. So you get a ball or a hoop like this and away we go. And it is as simple as that, hey? It's keeping me entertained. I'm laughing.
Yeah,
and away you go, Ace. Okay. Good dog. Sit, Ace. That's it. Give him a boost. Way to go.
Good dog.
That's the way to do
The
it.
Australian way. The Australian way.
And that gets it moving.
Go and get it.
Never work with dogs or kids, eh? Oh, sensational.
Love it. Good to be back, Stevie. Thank you.
Have you had your inner health plus today?
Thank you, Wendy. A lot of kids are getting puppies around this time of year. Very important to train them. Now, adults also very important to get involved. Sometimes they think throw the dog in the backyard and it's a great way to keep the kids busy, but you really have to be there to control it. Sometimes the little dogs can get a little bit snappy, and that's why we use treats, and this is what we're doing right now. If the dog knows that every time a hand comes towards it, there is going to be a treat, then it's going to be less likely to be snappy and bite any of the kids. So that's one good tip. We'll show you a little bit more with Positive Puppies right after we have a look at the weather this morning. Good morning to you. Showers for Cairns and 30, some possible. Puppies do an overall training for puppies. There might be some things that the puppies like getting a treat and learning a couple of tricks, but there are also things that they can be traumatised by, like going to the vet if they have to have their ears checked or maybe their paws checked for a tick or their tail. Dogs don't normally like it, so they train them from a very young age here that they get a reward every time they have their ear checked or their paw squeezed. So the puppies know from a very early age that it's not a bad thing. So they're always pairing fun things with important things for the puppies, and it's a great way to teach the kids how to look after them from a very young age. Just like beautiful Winter here, who's a Burmese mountain. Very good tip. Teach him not to sit on the lounge or the bed now, because he's going to grow to about 40 kilos and you don't want to have to worry about it later on, Carl and Wendy.
Very good point, Steve. They're massive dogs, aren't they?
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, you know, this whole...
Time for weather now with Stevie Jacobs.
Yeah, good morning to you, Wendy. We've been getting some puppy training tips this morning with Positive Puppies. Very important that you train your dogs from a very young age so they don't have any bad habits when they get older. All of the tips we've been giving today you can find in Dog's Life magazine, and that is the go-to magazine for pet owners. All right, let's have a last look at the weather this morning and see what's going on right around the country. We do have its way into Victoria and also New South Wales throughout the week, so we're going to see some very scorching, hot, dry weather. So very important if you do have pets. Number one, don't keep them in cars. Number two, if you do have them at home, don't leave them in the backyard. Make sure they have shade, and also make sure that they have lots of water so they can stay happy and healthy. Just like Otto here. This is the one that you liked earlier, Carl. This is called a Lagotto. This is an ancient Italian breed, and they do believe that this was the predecessor to the modern poodle. And aren't they beautiful? Big thanks to all the kids and all the dogs that have come in this morning for training. Meow! That'll test them. Good on you guys.
What about how you're cracking those kids up?
Or not.
Uncle Stevie told the
First day back. It's always hard.
No, tough
Thank
crowd.
you, Stevie. Up next, a Queensland fisherman